Have you ever thought about this? Imagine entire libraries just packed with history, poetry, science that are completely silent to the digital world. We're talking about millions of books in languages like Nepali and Sinhala sitting on shelves but totally invisible to a computer. Today, we're going to dive into the incredible quest to finally give these lost voices a microphone in our digital age.
And that right there is really the heart of it all. This quote just perfectly captures what's at stake. When a culture's entire literary heritage is locked away on old decaying paper, inaccessible to modern search, study, and translation, well, a huge part of that culture's soul is at risk of being lost for good.
So this brings us to the core problem we're talking about, the locked library. You've got these vast, priceless collections of our shared human heritage just cut off from the global conversation. And why? Because the tech to read and understand them just hasn't really existed until now.
I know what you're thinking, because it's the first question everybody asks, right? Why can't we just scan them? It sounds so simple. We've all got scanners, we've got smartphones, but as you're about to see, turning a simple picture of a page into meaningful, translatable text is a way bigger challenge than you might think.
Because, digitizing these books is so much more than just snapping a photo. It's more like digital detective work. The standard software we use every day, the kind that can easily handle a modern English PDF, it completely breaks when it's faced with the unique obstacles that these old books present.
The whole challenge really boils down to two main things. On one side, you've got the content problem. That's the physical state of the books themselves. And on the other side, you've got the context problem, which is all about the digital scarcity of these languages.
So let's look a little closer at that content problem. I want you to picture this. Old, yellowed paper, non-standard fonts that a computer has literally never seen before, and pages with really complex layouts. We're talking columns, footnotes, maybe even English words mixed right in with Nepali script. Your standard OCR software, that's optical character recognition, it just throws its hands up in confusion. And this gets to the absolute heart of the context problem. See, to train a good translation AI, you need millions or even billions of translated sentence pairs. English has tons of that, but a low-resource language like Sinhala or Nepali might have fewer than 1 million. That's like trying to teach someone a whole new language using just a handful of flashcards. It's a massive, massive data gap.
But hey, for every tough problem, there's a clever solution, right? So let's switch gears and look at the toolkit and see how researchers are actually getting around these hurdles. This is where things get really, really cool and innovative.
Okay, so how do you even begin to tackle that data scarcity problem? If you don't have enough books to teach the AI, how in the world do you get it up to speed? Well, the answer is pretty brilliant. You give it a head start, and then you let it create its own study materials.
So the first trick is something called transfer learning. Here's the key. You don't start from zero. Nepali uses the Devanagari script, which is the same as Hindi. So by first training the AI on the huge amount of data available for Hindi, it already understands the script and the basic sentence structure. From there, making the leap to Nepali is so much smaller and faster. It's a huge head start.
And the second trick is even more clever. It's called back translation. Get this, if you need more Nepali to English examples, why not just make them yourself? You take a massive English text, use a basic translator to turn it into Nepali, and boom, you've just created a synthetic pair of sentences. Now, it's not perfect, but it gives the AI millions of new examples to practice on, and that dramatically improves its accuracy.
And this toolkit has specific tools for every single job. You got those noisy, messy scans? There's an AI for that cleans up the image before it's even read. For the complex layouts, advanced models can spot the columns and footnotes. And what about reading errors? Well, you use an ensemble of different OCRs and basically have them vote on the correct character, just like a team of experts.
Okay, so we have the tools. Now let's actually walk through the entire journey step by step, from a dusty physical page to clean, translated digital text. This is the pipeline that brings the whole thing together. So it all kicks off with step 1, pre-processing. That's where the scanned page gets digitally cleaned up and sharpened. Then, in step 2, the layout analysis software intelligently maps out the page. Next, for step 3, you've got that team of OCR engines that read and vote on the text. Step 4, this is the magic moment, where that specially trained AI translates everything into English. And finally, the super important fifth step, human review. The system automatically flags any low-confidence sentence for an expert to check, which ensures you get quality from beginning to end.
All right, so we've looked at the problem, we've seen the tools, and we've walked through the process. But now, let's get to the most important part, why this technology is so much more than just a bunch of code. This is about unlocking a culture's voice for the entire world to finally hear.
I mean, the impact is just massive. Culturally, it preserves a heritage that could otherwise be completely lost. Educationally, it opens up these texts to researchers all over the world for the very first time. Socially, it builds these amazing bridges of understanding. Economically, it just slashes the high cost of translation. And, so importantly, it provides secure, accessible technology for the very institutions that need it most.
And what's so powerful here is that this isn't some science fiction pipe dream. It's incredibly practical. The tech is there, it's adaptable, the economics make perfect sense, and the social need is absolutely undeniable. This isn't just an idea, it's a project that's ready to go.
And check this out. This is one of the most thoughtful parts of the whole project's design. The entire system can be packaged up to run on a local server, completely offline. This means a library or an archive in a region with spotty or no internet can still have the full power of this technology. It ensures accessibility right where it matters most. So the real question this leaves us with is so much bigger than just one or two languages. You know, we've talked about Nepali and Sinhala, but this technology, it's like a key that could fit countless other locks. So it makes you wonder, what other silent libraries and forgotten histories are out there, just waiting for the right tools to unlock their stories for the rest of the world?